Hi guys, Sweetie Pie here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to rank all of my highlighting palettes. I know that it's like a big Tupperware container of highlight. I am a sucker for a palette. Whether that is an eyeshadow palette, a highlighting palette, a full face palette. I have a ton of those, and that video is going to come up soon. I promise you that, where I rank all of my face palettes. That's coming. Don't worry. If you want to see that, subscribe. But today we are going to rank all of my highlighter palettes. I don't have a ton. Let's just go through here, okay? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have 18 highlighter palettes here. We're going to do a little bit of swatching. We're going to look at them. We're going to talk about the ones that I love and the ones that I don't love as much. There are a few in this collection that I just probably should get rid of, but there are also a bunch that I love so much. Oh my god. So if you're interested, alright guys, so I have a list, and I was looking through these and I was like, okay, let's do the method of which one brings you the most joy. And weirdly enough, okay, this is gonna be my first pick. Alright, this is number 1 in my highlighter palette collection right now. These are so freaking pretty. This is the Black Light Highlighting Palette by BH Cosmetics. And as you can see, I have beaten this up badly. I love these. These are so pretty. There's duochromes in here. Now, they are a little bit chunky. Okay, they are a little bit chunky, so a less is more approach is probably the way to go. But like, come on, man, this pink one down here is really pretty too. It's like a duochrome. Ugh, get a grip. So I really love this palette. I know some people are not gonna like this at all because it's on the chunky side. Like, let's just throw some on so I can show you. Okay, so this is a brush. This is the Luxie JD Wadey 181, and it's the like contouring brush. I'm gonna use this side. I'm pretty sure this is his highlighting side. And let's go into Electra. Okay, when I go into this, I'm gonna lay this like this on the skin. And like, do you see that? The shimmer is so pretty, but like if you apply too much, and that's why I only put it on one side, flip to the other side, and then kind of do a little bit of that. Yeah, it's gonna show texture just like every single highlighter in the world, but like, oh my god. Look at that, because there's a lot of light from the window here. Like, if you want to glow forever, yeah, this is going to get you there. And it's really interesting. It's not your standard champagne highlighter that you can get like pretty much anywhere. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. But yeah, it's not your like typical champagne, and I'm pretty sure she still sells these. And I do have another one of these, but it's a little further down on the list, that's all. Anyways, next one I have on the list, number 2, is the number 2 on the list. This one is so beautiful. This is the Rach Loves and Pixie. I really used to watch Rach Loves a lot. I really love her personality. She's bubbly and she's sweet and so cute. Oh, so funny. And she came out with this Pixie palette. These are super close to the Glowy Gossamer duos that everybody loves. These are like the exact same formula, and you get like a cute little, okay, so the way she worked this palette out is so that many different skin tones could use this. So she has Knit, which is a really dark kind of like, oh my god, they're smooth. Like, it's like a darker champagne shade. And then you have Zipper, which is this like duochromy pinky purple shade. And then you have Lace, which is your really light standard champagne. Then down here you have 2 other bigger pans, Tea and Clutch, One's a little darker and a peachier, and then the other one is like a lighter champagne. You mix them together and you get different types of highlight. I love this palette. It's so beautiful. It's definitely a winner, and if you can get it, which I don't know if you even can, I don't know if it's like, I don't think I see it in the lineup at my Shoppers anymore, but if you see it at your Shoppers and you are looking for something that is majorly pretty, and although Pixie is a little more expensive, I do find that that was like one of the things I didn't mind spending a little more money on. One, because I do love Rach Loves, and two, because they are beautiful. They are beautiful. Let's go next. All right, the next one is actually one that I literally didn't get very long ago. This is the Ofra Glow Up. Ofra makes some stunning highlighters. This has been a long time coming for me to be trying some Ofra highlighters. I actually ended up purchasing some stuff from Beauty Bay, which was a bit of a disaster, but I did end up getting all my stuff and it wasn't broken. It was great, wonderful, mwah. This is beautiful, okay? If you, like, this was expensive, I will say. I think this was $65, but it comes with 3 of her, like, the smaller highlighters. It is Rodeo Drive, Blissful, and Star Island, and then they give you the Beverly Hills highlighter, which is like, oh crap, like, that's like 6 highlighters in one. And I actually have been able to kind of pinpoint my brush and, like, use them, like, separately, so I kind of feel like I got a deal here. I kind of feel like I got a deal here. Okay, next one is the Glow Beam by e.l.f. and I just have to find it. Oh, here we are. So this is so nice. This is the kind of textures that high-end brands are doing in a low-end brand, well, in a drugstore brand like e.l.f. Okay, so this is the Glow Guide. This is the Glow Beam. This is the Glow Gleam Beam highlighting palette, and they even have like a guide on the back that you can follow. This is the glitter shade. Okay, now this, it's not glitter, it's just specks of kind of silvery shimmer. This is exactly like the Glow Bomb, Gloss Bomb from Fenty. This literally, I've swatched it in store. I do not have it, but I have swatched it in store, and this is so close to that in a drugstore form. Then you have 2, what do they call these? They call these the Shimmer Effect highlighters, and they're just a shimmery, oh, that one was a little bit chunky. They're just a really light shimmer. And then they have 3 metallic highlighters at the bottom. And I think that this would work for quite a few skin tones. Maybe not the deepest, but like super pretty, super pretty. Am I right? Am I right? They're super pretty. So I definitely have this high up on the list. I have used this and loved this. And the fact that it has that like glimmer shade in it, the one that's like Fenty, like that just blew me away. I was like, what? Cat hair. I was like, what? How in the heck did they do that? Seriously, e.l.f., go get her. All right, next we have something that I wasn't even expecting to love as much when I bought it, because I think it was like a sale item. It could have even been a winner's purchase. This is the Stila Gleam Shine Bright. Stila Shine Bright palette, and what it actually has in it is their Heaven's Dew highlighters, which is their putty formula. Oh, this is a heavenly formula. I do, like, obviously the darkest shade in here is not really something I can use all that much, but these 2 are so pretty, and honestly this like makes me want to go get a full size. Is that hard to see? They're so pretty, and they're like super moldable. Like they're very cool. And yeah, it is like just the prettiest highlight. Now that I'm like swatching this, I feel like I could probably get away with the darkest shade on my cheekers. Yeah, like if I was going for like a bronzy look, I could totally get away with this shade. So yes, anyway, high up on the list is definitely this little palette right here, which I think they may still have on sale if I'm not mistaken. All right, guys, I have 3 minutes left on my memory card, so I am gonna go switch it out and we'll get back into sometimes this. I feel like everything in the world is trying to stop me from filming. All right, guys, so where were we? All right, we were at the Stila Shine Bright. Okay, now we've got Becca Ocean Jewel. This is the coolest packaging for one. Like, I don't think there's anything in here with cooler packaging than this. It's a literal jewel, and these are the like softest duochrome highlighters I have ever seen. They are so soft and smooth. Super pretty. I really liked this a lot because it was just really, it's subtle on the skin, but it's like a duochrome. They're all duochromes. This one not so much, I guess. This one not so much, I guess. This is more of like a coppery bronzy, but like very pretty. This blue one, of course, is the Insane Beauty, and this one, it's like a peachy pink. Very pretty, very smooth. I liked this a lot. I liked it when I got it, and I've kept it. It's gone through quite a few declutters with me, so yeah. All right, next one we've got is one finally from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Dream Glow Kit. This is definitely my favorite glow kit that I have in my collection, and I have two more. Yeah, I have two more glow kits in my collection. This is just a beautiful, like, look at how messy and nasty mine is, of course. This is so pretty, but this is like intense highlighting. This is going to be a little chunky, like, I guess they're not chunky. They're just like full on metallic highlighters. Like this one, Magic, is so, hopefully I can show you this. It's like a duochrome silver pink. See that silver? It's so pretty. And it's just, it's a very unique highlighting palette, and I've definitely put it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've definitely put it at number 6. It's still in the top 10 on purpose. Next, we have a very cheap highlighting palette. This is number 7, and this is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighting Palette. Now, I don't believe that this is the exact same formula in their Pure Nude highlighters, the ones that are in the circle pans, the ones that everybody raves about. This isn't quite the same formula. This is just a little bit more amped up. The highlight is just like a little more like glowy. This one is an interesting one. It's like a pinky, very natural. You're not gonna get like intense glow out of this like this one, but it's definitely one up from the Pure Nude highlighters, which are really, really, like, they're like an ambient lighting powder, essentially. I feel like sometimes when I talk too long, I sound like I am like one of those like crazy like 4-pack a day women. But yeah, anyway, I really like this. It's very pretty, and it was extremely cheap because Essence is pretty cheap. All right, it did make the top 10. I wasn't sure if it was gonna make the top 10, but it does make a spot in the top 10. This is like the sister palette to the Blacklight highlighting palette from BH Cosmetics. This is the Duo Light highlighting palette. I literally got this for $8.99 at Winners, and it was broken. A couple of the shades came a little bit broken. That's okay. I was like, I don't care. I'll put them back together. This one in Double Take and this one in Double Trouble. These are just, they're beautiful. Let's see, where am I gonna? Like, one is a super pinky. Do you see that? Oh, they're so pretty. And then this one here is like the peachy one. These are so pretty. Like, if you like duochrome highlighters, you're gonna like this. And honestly, I see what they tried to do by putting this like really pinky one in here. I don't think this is gonna work for darker skin tones though. Like the 3 top ones are pretty darn light, if you ask me. So, you know, that might not be an option really. Like Double Up is this so cool. It's like a duochrome blue to purple. Oh, I love this palette. This is such a pretty palette. If you could get this for $8.99 at Winners, I would jump on that because that's a killer deal. And I don't even think they're that much more expensive on BH Cosmetics, to be perfectly honest. BH Cosmetics is super cheap brand. And you can always get like discount codes and stuff for that. For sure. All right, the next one I have is this one, and this was definitely a Winners purchase. I'm like getting crazy with the hair here. This is the MAC Hyper Real Glow Highlighting Palette. These are so smooth. Like these are some smooth highlighters. I really enjoyed these. They've got that kind of baked gelée kind of look to them. They're a beautiful highlighter. No, they're not revolutionary shades, but like, look at that. They're so pretty. They were smooth. They looked pretty on the cheeks. They're definitely up there in like highlighters that I would use on a daily basis kind of deal. Next one we have is an oldie. I think I've had this for 4 years, maybe 3. I know I've had it for a bit. This is the Afterglow Highlighting Palette by Urban Decay. This is a little bit chunky. It is. It's a little bit chunky. You can even see kind of like, can you see in the pans there? It's got a little bit of chunk to it, but these are really pretty. Like Urban Decay did a pretty damn good job on these. I'm just swatching a couple. No Angel, I think, is probably my favorite, which is that one. It's not that they're not nice, they're just not up there in like my top 10 favorites, that's all. All right, now this one, I know why this one was not higher. Technically, this is a highlighter palette. I would pretty much just use these for eyes. I think these are so beautiful on the eyes. This is the Alchemy Holographic Palette by Kat Von D. And this is when she was Kat Von D, so don't crucify me. I'm actually saying it right. And they're beautiful. They're really, like, they are really cool. Duochrome's really hard to show on camera. I'm sure every freaking person and their mother. Obviously, my favorite one is the blue one. And it's funny when you swatch these, you're like, ew, what the heck is that? Then you rub them on your skin and you're like, oh my God, what is that? Like, they're so amazing. It's really beautiful. But this is lower on the list because I don't think these make good highlighters. I think they're a little too chunky, and I do not like them as much as I like the Blacklight or the Duo from, or the Duo Light highlighters from BH Cosmetics. Those ones, they just seem to work better on the cheeks. These work beautiful on the eyes though. Beautiful on the eyes. The next one we have, and we really don't have all that many left, is the Moonchild Glow Kit. Now, the reason I don't like this is because I feel like some of these textures in here, and everyone's seen this palette, I am not going to swatch this, it's just some of them are textury. Like Pink Heart, this is a pretty textury highlight. And I just feel like the ones that are in the Dream Glow Kit they're just not as chalky, and I like them better. So it's not quite as high up. Then we have the ABH Sugar Glow Kit. And again, there are 2 shades in here that I think are so beautiful. Marshmallow and Starburst are so pretty, but I don't really like the Gumdrop, and I don't really love Butterscotch either. I feel like they added some glitter into these 2, and it's just not as good. I don't like it as much. I've had this in my collection for several years, and it's just not one that I often reach for. All right, something that I actually kind of feel bad, I'm just resting my back now, something I actually kind of feel bad because it's not higher up on the list, because it is not a bad product. I have all, like pretty much all of these Sephora face palettes. They are a good deal in my opinion. I think that 6 products, like usually there's 3 or 4 grams of product in each, and they're beautiful products. These highlighters are not bad highlighters. They look very pretty on the skin. I just don't reach for this as much as I reach for some of the more interesting textures and the more popping, you know, things in my collection. I feel like if you are a beginner, someone who does makeup every single day, uses up a product and then, you know, buys a new one, or, you know, buys the same product, you may love these because the product inside, one, it's not super high-end prices. Usually they're between $25. You get 6 products in each. It depends on what you want. They have a highlighter palette, a contour palette, blush palettes, blush and highlighter palettes. They've got so much available in this format. So I do recommend checking these out. It's just I don't use it as much as I use some of the more interesting stuff in my collection. All right, Laura Mercier. This is another one. Again, the rest of them, like, I know why they are where they are, but this one is really actually quite pretty, and the packaging is out of this world. This is their Magic Hour Face Illuminator palette. I got this from Winners. Again, another Winners purchase. I get suckered in to these purchases from Winners, but look how pretty the packaging is on that. Then when you open it up, it is absolutely fantastic. These are very smooth and pretty. It's just, again, these are a little too dark for what I would go for. Then you have a more gold highlight. I rarely go for like the more bronzy type of look. Oh, but that pink one is so pretty there. The pink one is beautiful, but yeah, I just don't reach for it as much as I reach for some of the other ones in my collection. All right, we are getting down to the last 2 in my collection. Holy gosh, guys, we're down to 2. All right, these 2, I can definitely say I do not like these 2 products. Probably will end up getting rid of them for the sheer fact that I don't like them. I don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure I did like this at one point, but I've had this for several years and I have learned that this is not the greatest formula. This is not. This is the In Nude Endo ColourPop highlighting palette, and these are very chunky. Like, these are chunky. You can even kind of see on my finger how thick. I just like kind of swatched it and then bam. They're thick on the skin. They're powdery. They're not good. I don't like them. I don't love them. I do remember using it, but I know better now. I know that even ColourPop themselves has improved their highlighter formula. Not to mention, I think I'm much more in love with their Super Shock highlighter formula. That is like clouds bursting open. I love that. Oh, I love that formula in pretty much everything, honestly. Their Super Shock shadows are absolutely amazing. Even the matte ones, I've worked with those and I've made a lot of them look so beautiful, even though a lot of people don't tend to like them. I do think they can be good. I do love their blush formula in the Super Shock, and I love the highlighting formula. So I am an all-around Super Shock fan. And I don't buy a ton of stuff from ColourPop because I just don't place a whole ton of orders, and they are insane with the types of products that they bring out. Rarely do they have something where I'm like, okay, I have to buy this, because they come out with a new collection every week. Anyway, last but not least, and honestly, I feel like I should just maybe throw this out. I don't know. It was okay, and there's a couple products that I like in here, but I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like it. I gave away the other one in my last declutter. This is the Hard Candy Kissed by the Sun palette. You get 3 creams at the bottom and 3 powders at the top. I just feel like this is kind of, all the textures are all over the place. I feel like everything is just kind of jumbled in here. Okay, so this first one actually is quite pretty, this cream, but I just found it a little greasy on the skin. Like, it's pretty. It is pretty. It's just, they're not that nice on the skin. They're very thick. I don't like when they put creams in a palette, especially with drugstore, because they end up getting like a hard surface on them, just like these have, and I'm just not into that. The powders, the first one, especially this one, this is the Kissed by the Sun one. Like, I don't know what this is even supposed to be. It almost reminds me of like a setting powder. Like, get out of here. This is a freaking setting powder, guys. Like, this is a setting powder. There's no glow there. Little glow? I don't know. That's terrible. I don't like that palette. I don't like it. I don't really like it, and it's going home. It's going home. It's going, not to my home. All right, guys. That is it. That is all. I do have this one, but I don't really consider this a highlighting palette, especially because it says blush and concealer on it. This is like one of those went to a flea market kind of deals, and look how pretty this is. Like, some company put a lot of work in that pan. The product is cute at best. Like, they're okay. They're like, here, I'll swatch it for you. Like, if you wanted some cheaper shimmery eyeshadows, this would be cute. But like, I don't know. It's just like a nostalgic purchase from when we went to a flea market in Peterborough. So yeah, I just always keep it. Anyways, I think that's it, guys. I think we went through all of my highlighter palettes. I'm so beat, and I am going to get all this mess cleaned up, go for a shower, and hopefully have a week this week. I hope you guys all the best. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever you're having when you watch this. Subscribe to my channel if this is the first time you have ever laid eyes on me. That's important. And yeah, mwah, I love you guys so much. Bye.